Student of the Year 2 was released in 2019 and stars Tiger Shroff, Ananya Pandey, and Tara Sutaria. And in this movie, a man moves to a new college to be with his longtime lover, but there he meets new friends and also makes new enemies. So it's been a while since I've talked about a Bollywood film, and why I decided to choose this one, I don't know, but before I start to get a headache again, let me try and talk about some positive things that I liked about this horrible movie. I do like the style and colors of this film. It's actually a very vibrant film, and I really like that. I do give credit to the costuming department for really giving great outfits to all the characters, and plus all the colors are just so bright. It makes every scene really stand out, and I really like that. It makes every scene look fun and feel fun, and I really do appreciate that. I also really like the music. The songs in this are really good, and the choreography is excellent. I mean, Tiger Shroff is an incredible dancer, so I'm pretty sure they wanted to highlight that as much as possible, and trust me, they did it as much as possible. But Tiger is a really good dancer, and the choreography and songs, like I said, are really good and help the film be sort of bearable. I guess I like the chemistry of the Bishori boys. I think they're really funny and have good chemistry. And look, I'm trying really hard to be nice here. I'm trying to find some things that I like about this movie, but I think, unfortunately, that's all I have. Okay, now for the negatives. What is this movie? I can't believe I wasted 2 hours and 40 minutes of my life watching this movie. What am I doing to myself? Okay, I need to pace myself, so let me try and break this up into why I don't like this movie. Let's talk about the love triangle. You know, the love triangle that we've seen in every single Bollywood movie from the beginning of time to possibly to the end of time. Let's talk about this ridiculous love triangle. So how the love story begins is that Rohan and Mia love each other since they were kids. I mean, it shows that they liked each other since they were little kids and they grew up together, and that's nice. But then the problem is when Mia decides to go off to college, she goes to the richer college, which is only an hour away. But like, Rohan's acting like the world is over, like, oh my god, she's gone. And even her friend's like, dude, she's only an hour away. It's not that big of a deal. And it isn't. I don't know why they make it such a big, like, journey. It's only an hour away. That is actually a doable distance to have. And not to mention, she doesn't even dorm in the university. She still lives at home with their neighbors. So I don't understand why this is such a strain on the relationship to begin with. She's only an hour away, and she commutes and still stays at home, so they can still be boyfriend and girlfriend. So why this became a problem made absolutely no sense to me. It just makes me so mad, because when he finally gets a sports scholarship to go to Teresa, that university name, and she's there, she acts so rude to him. Like, she doesn't even give him the time of day. She acts so weird around him, and when he finally asks, like, hey, what's going on? She's like, you know, things have changed. I'm different now. I was like, it's only been like a semester. You still live back at home, so how could things change so dramatically to the point where you don't even want to be near him anymore? That's what I kind of don't get. And so she's like, okay, you know, we just need to go our separate ways, which, fine. Okay, so they're broken up, and I guess we're not supposed to like her, but then like 10 minutes later, he beats the villain of the movie in a race, like straight up, like convincingly beats the guy in a race. And then she's like, oh, he's so hot. And then they start dating again. Like, we go into a full music sequence. So like, am I supposed to like this relationship? Am I supposed to hate this relationship? I was so confused how she went from, I'm different, you're different, let's not date each other, to 10 minutes later saying, you know what, let's go back out again. What? So when they're dating, he gets a tattoo of her name on his arm, which, I mean, I feel like every Bollywood hero at this point does that, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. And so, like, she really wants to be a dancer, so she wants to win this big dance competition. And Rohan's like, okay, I'm your partner, let's do it. But then something happens to where she falls and they lose the competition, and she is so distraught that she cheats on Rohan with the villain of the movie. Why? Why would you do that? That makes no sense to me how those two correlate. But still, she cheats on him, and then it's like, okay. But then she gets him expelled, and her new boyfriend beats the crap out of him and gets him kicked out of the university. So again, we're not supposed to like her, but the way the movie is written, it's like we're supposed to feel sympathetic for her. No, we're not. She literally got him expelled and got him beat up. But then later on in the movie, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I realized what I did was wrong. And then they get back together again. But then later on, at the end of the movie, he's like, you know what, I realize you kind of got me expelled and got me beat up, so I can't be with you. And then they break up! What? Please, both of you, make up your mind whether you're meant for each other or not. Like, I can't believe they took us on this stupid 2-hour roller coaster and they don't even end up together. Like, she kind of learns her lesson, and then he kind of learns his lesson. He's like, hey, you know, you're kind of a toxic human being, so I'm just gonna leave you and go to the other girl. Oh, God. See, I'm getting that headache again. Now, on the other side of this love triangle is Shreya. Now, Shreya plays the stereotypical rich girl. Like, she hates everybody, and everybody hates her. So it's like her against the world. And, like, again, at the start of the movie, you absolutely hate her. There's, like, nothing likable about her. But then you start to see some other, you know, layers of her character to where she has an abusive father, her brother doesn't like her, her mom's gone. So you start to feel sympathy towards her, and that's why Rohan starts to fall in love with her, because you see that she's actually a pretty nice person. So I guess I liked her character, but it's still to the point, because this movie, even though it's 2 hours and 30 minutes long, it feels like 3 hours. And yet you still couldn't flesh out this relationship enough to where I'm to the point where I'm like, yeah, go with her. I mean, I guess I'm glad that he's with her. I mean, it's way better than being with Mia because she's a toxic human being. But at the same time, you didn't build up this relationship enough to when they finally get together, I just didn't feel it. Now for my next negative. There's like action scenes in this movie. Why does this movie have fighting scenes? This is supposed to be about Student of the Year. This is supposed to be about students in college. Yet we get 2 full-on martial arts action scenes. Why? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, just because you're good at basketball and kabaddi does not mean you're great at doing roundhouse kicks and putting people through freaking windows. That's not how this works. The whole plot in general is just weird. Like, it's called Student of the Year too, and it's about the award, but nobody else wants the award. It's just the 2 dudes that won it. It's just Rohan and Manav. Those are the only 2 guys in the entire university and all universities that care about the award. Look, the reason why the first film worked out so well is because there were stakes. Everybody wanted the award. Everybody. Everybody had their own path. Everybody had their own dreams, which is why I created such an interesting concept of who's gonna win. But if everybody doesn't care about the award and it's just these 2 guys, who cares? Who cares about who wins the award? Most of the movie isn't even about the Student of the Year award. It's about this stupid dance competition that has nothing to do with winning Student of the Year. At least in the first Student of the Year movie, they had dance competitions that could aid you in winning the trophy. But in this, it's a completely separate thing. It's like they were making a totally different movie in the first hour and 30, and then one writer was like, hey, like, isn't he supposed to win like a Student of the Year award or something? Like, oh crap, that's right. And then they try to finish it up and kind of conclude everything together. But it just, if the own movie doesn't care about the Student of the Year trophy, why should we, the paying customer, care about the award? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you understand the stupidity I'm surrounded by when I watch this movie? The entire competition makes no sense to me, and I'll tell you why. They only talk about track and kabaddi. Like, that's the only thing that matters if you're Student of the Year. Why isn't academics involved at all? And by the way, let me just go off on a small tangent here. If you didn't tell me that this was a college, I would have never said that, oh, this is clearly in a college setting, because I don't see any teachers, I don't see people doing homework, I don't see study sessions, nothing. Like, they're all just going clubbing or playing sports or going dancing. It's like, don't you have homework? Don't you have history class? Write a thesis? Anything? Like, I don't see a single teacher in this movie when they go to Teresa. It's like, it's honestly like it's a summer camp more than a university, which makes no sense to me how academics are not involved in being Student of the Year. And look, the writing doesn't help either. And look, I'm not going to say that the actors were bad. Sometimes there were bad acting moments, but I blame the writing and directing more than anything. Because look, these actors are trying very hard. I mean, they're acting, they're dancing, and they're trying their best to do to lip sync. So they're doing a lot. If the writing's not good, I mean, they're gonna do the best with what they got. But God, some of these lines are just so cringe, and the delivery of how they're said on screen also is really bad.
That's great. Tomorrow dream, finally.
चेंज नहीं, इवॉल्व हुई। लाइफ हमेशा सेम नहीं रहती ना रोहन।
स्टूडेंट नहीं, loser of the year.
That's not how college kids talk. No college kid talks like that. So I just don't understand what they were going for in this movie. If they were going for a feel-good movie, you didn't accomplish it because I didn't feel good at all. Instead, I felt like I was wasting my life away because this is a 2-hour and 45-minute movie. They could have easily made this a tight 130, 145, and everybody would have sort of enjoyed it and not hated as much as the audience did, because this currently has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that is so bad. You know how rare it is to get single digits on Rotten Tomatoes? You have to be a pretty special type of bad to reach that level of terrible. Look, this movie is just, it's wow. It's bad. It's bad. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. There are aspects of the movie that I actually enjoy, and there was something there where I'm like, this could actually be something. But they tried too hard to combine too many things, and it just didn't work out. I think the actors tried, but the execution was just god awful. So I'm giving this movie a D. It's not F worthy. It's very close. If there was a third action sequence, I probably would give this an F. But I'm giving this a D. I'm not gonna watch this movie again. If you like this movie, good for you. Not for me. Oh no, I'm getting the headache again. Oh god, I'm not gonna talk about Student of the Year 2 anymore. It's done. It's done. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.